I want to be drenched, like just cover me, bathe me in this fragrance. That dry down. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, hey and welcome. My name is Jessica, and on my channel I mostly talk about fragrances, so if you'd be interested in that content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. So like the title of today's video says, I will be ranking the KAYALI fragrances that I have in my collection. I think I have a total of 10 or 11. Either way, I will be telling you guys my thoughts on all of them. Some of them I have talked about in previous videos before if you watch my videos. Some of them you guys know that I really love. Actually, to be honest, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I love, if I have it in my collection, I love it. Some I love more than others. But yeah, anyhow, I will be ranking the fragrances that I have from KAYALI. If you guys would like to see it, keep watching. I also actually have the new fragrances that they just came out with, the one under the wedding collection. So yeah, like I said, if you guys want to see it, keep on watching. The first fragrance I'm going to talk about, this was the first one that I ever got from them, guys, and I got this fragrance because it was the rave back in the days when it came out, and that is Vanilla 28. I don't remember if this was their first fragrance, but it's the first one that I ever got from them. And no, not this bottle, because I think this is like my third bottle. Guys, this one is absolutely delicious. Like if you are looking for like a sweet, powdery vanilla fragrance, this is it. I think this used to be a 10 over 10 for me, but because of the performance, it lasts long if I mix it with like a whole bunch of different things. But because of the performance of this fragrance, I will have to give it an 8 out of a 10. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I cannot do without it. This is one fragrance that I know that can definitely be a signature fragrance. It's warm, it's sweet, it's cozy, it wears closer to the skin, it's not loud at all. So even if you're a person who's like, oh, you don't like wearing perfumes, I feel like you don't like wearing loud perfumes. You like perfumes, but you don't like anything that's like loud. This would definitely be up your alley. It is absolutely gorgeous, sweet, warm. I've said sweet, warm so many times already, but guys, it is so good. I really love it. I adore this fragrance, and it's one that I feel like would always be in my collection. Like I said, this is my third bottle. Absolutely love it. It's stunning, musky, powdery. That dry down is just so warm, cozy, enchanting. I love it, guys. It's like a sweet, warm hug. So the very next one that I got from KAYALI is Deja Vu White Flower. This is gorgeous. This is a sparkling, sweet, white floral. Like, it's so gorgeous. This is such a gorgeous feminine fragrance. And I say feminine because yes, this leans very feminine. I know anybody can wear any type of fragrance that they want, but in my head, this just gives me like that regal, delicate, feminine goddess. Like, it's just, she's so pretty. She's so effortless. Like, I might not be describing this well, but guys, this is just an absolutely stunning white floral. It is gorgeous. It is sparkly. It is sweet. Not too sweet. Not as sweet. Not sweet like sugar, but it's just sweet from like the fruits and like the flowers in here. And this also has like a bit of vanilla in here. It's kind of sharp. I don't want to use the word sharp. I want to use the word sparkly. It's like a fresh burst, but then it also dries down into like this sweet, I feel like all KAYALI fragrances have musk in them, almost all of them, because they do dry down kind of musky, but like each musk is different. Like they have their own different categories, if that makes sense. But like I said, this is gorgeous. This is pretty. If you just want that spring, summer, you can wear this all year round, but if you want like that spring, summer scent, I would definitely say for this one. And this actually lasts long on my skin. I absolutely love it, and I can smell it on my clothes for days. In my books, this is a 10 over 10. I've had this for a while now, and I've noticed that with KAYALI juices, they do tend to get darker, and I think it's because of that vanilla in here, because when I got this juice, it was not as dark as this at all, but now you can see it got really dark, so I guess it's that vanilla that's just like intensified inside of it, and it definitely smells deeper. Or rather, the scent that I get from this now is deeper than when I first got it. When I first got it, it was very bright. It was very sparkly. It was like champagne. And it was just really good. And I feel like, I can't remember if there's a bit of citrus in here, but I don't really get too much citrus because I actually don't like citrus fragrances. I've come to find out that I really don't. But I love this one. This one is a 10 over 10 in my books, guys. I love it. It's the one that you need to have in your collection if you like white florals, sweet, delicate, dainty perfumes, but not necessarily too dainty. Like, This is nice. This can be wedding, this can be every day, this can be going out. This is very versatile. I adore this fragrance. This is one that I think honestly I would say I would also always have in my collection. It's just really, really nice. You know, like when you want to just smell nice, this is a fragrance I would recommend. It's really good. So the next fragrance from KAYALI that I have, guys, this one, oh my god. I was in love with this fragrance when it first came out, and I still do love it. I don't wear it as much anymore because I think I wear this for certain occasions, but stunning. Absolutely stunning. Like I said, I remember when this came out. I remember the ad for it and everything. I ran. I didn't even wait. As soon as they dropped it like this, bam, I ordered it because I needed this fragrance in my collection, and I probably will still always have it. Granted, it might be this bottle or eventually when it finishes, because I don't even know if I'm halfway yet. I might get a second one. Stunning. I will give this fragrance a strong 9 over 10. And oh, I didn't say the name, guys. It's Invite Only Amber 23. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is a fragrance from KAYALI that I would say is not for everyone. Like the first two, I can see a lot of people liking it. This one, I don't see a lot of people liking it. I can actually see some people say, oh my god, no, a lot of people did say they didn't like this. I love it. Invite Only is gorgeous. Invite Only is, oh, it's warm, it's dark, it's intense, because this is an intense fragrance, guys. It definitely is intense. This one, I don't need a lot of. The other ones, I can overspray. This fragrance, I actually don't need to overspray. Like, I can spray a couple spritz of this one and it stays all day on me, and projection is amazing. One of the compliments that I get from this one when I wear, because sometimes I've worn this to work, not anymore, but sometimes I wear this to the office, and the compliments they always get is that I smell like a perfume store. It just smells expensive. It smells like you're walking or you bathe in perfume, and no, not perfume in a way that it chokes you, but like it just smells like a luxurious perfume boutique, if that makes sense. Like this it smells so good. It's warm. I feel like I get the chocolate, I get the dark cherry in this. This is really, really good. This I would say is more, like I said, I've worn it to work before because I wear my fragrances whenever I want to, but if you were saying what occasion should you wear this for, I would wear this for like nighttime occasions. Like when you're going out at night, I would wear this when it's not too hot, because it is the summertime and I haven't picked up this fragrance. I haven't picked up this fragrance since I think wintertime. Because it's deep, it's intoxicating, it's intense. So because of that, I have so many other fragrances that I would pick over this one. So I'm not going to say this one is versatile, in my opinion. I can wear it whenever, but if we're being honest, I'm not going to say this is a versatile fragrance. Like I said, I would save this one more for like occasions where if I'm going out, I'm not going to just throw this on to run an errand. I could, but I don't see myself doing that often. This is all them notice me fragrances. If you want to get noticed, this is a fragrance that I would say that you can definitely wear and you will be noticed. It just does so well in the wintertime. Trust me, like when it's cold and it's snowing, this is delicious. All right, staying along the lines of like the deep intoxicating fragrances, the next one that I got from KAYALI was Elixir 11. Guys, this one is juicy but dark. Like the apple note in this makes this juicy. It gives it, I don't want to say it's fresh, it has, oh, it's weird because it's fresh in a way. When you first spray it, you get like that fresh apple, but it's also like it immediately follows with that darkness. Like the earthiness of this fragrance comes out. I don't know if it's like the patchouli, but it's like dark. It is sexy. It is boss. As much as I say this one might be dark, sexy, and everything, I can definitely, not that I can't, I wear this during the day. I wear this to work. I love wearing this fragrance. This one, I think I'm halfway as well. This is a fragrance that I definitely can't see myself wearing daily, but honestly, I keep for the days where I want to feel like a badass. Like, you know what I mean? And I love to pair this fragrance with Deja Vu White Flower. Listen, this Elixir and Deja Vu White Flower, that's a match made. Like, those two were supposed to be made together. Like, it smells out of this world. It smells insanely good. The projection and the sillage that you will get from this one and Deja Vu White Flower, I feel like I've only worn this once or twice on its own. I actually always wear this one with Deja Vu White Flower because I don't know why. There's just something about the mixing of both of them that is just insane. Both of them together, I give a solid 100/10. On its own, I will give this one, I like it. On its own, I'll give this one a 9/10, a strong 9/10, because I really, really do like it. It's fresh, but at the same time, it's not your typical fresh fragrance. It's fresh, but at the same time, it's dark. It's fresh, but at the same time, it's, I don't want to use the word intoxicating. It's just like one of those fragrances that you wear when you're gonna get the job done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's not too in your face. It's not in your face at all. If you do not like patchouli, I would say, you might not like this fragrance. This is also one that I think I would say that it's not for everybody. As much as I adore this fragrance, I would say that this is not a fragrance that is for everybody, but it's for most people. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody, but it's for most people. Like, if you get it, you get it. This, gorgeous. I love it. All these fragrances are gorgeous. All my KAYALI fragrances are gorgeous, honestly. I feel like they come out with like really, really good fragrances. This one is up there in my books. This is one that I feel like if it finishes, will I get another one? I will get another one if I still have my Deja Vu White Flower. But if my Deja Vu White Flower finishes and then I have this one and this one finishes after that one finishes, I won't get another one up until I get Deja Vu White Flower. Does that make sense? I feel like it doesn't make sense, but listen, it makes sense in my head. What I'm trying to say is I will always have Deja Vu White Flower. So because I'll always have that one, I guess that kind of means I always have this one. That one I can wear on its own. I love wearing it on its own. This one, I like it. Will I wear it on its own? Yes. However, it is better with that one. So actually, I feel like I'm going to drop this to an 8.5. I'll drop it to an 8.5 only because, like I said, I don't wear it that much on its own. I wear it a lot with Deja Vu White Flower. So I'm going to drop this to an 8.5. Still absolutely gorgeous. Next one I'm going to talk about, guys. This one I only have like the little baby size. And I kept telling myself I was going to get a full bottle. But I just never did. And I feel like, I don't know, will I get a full size bottle? I don't know. I feel like if I haven't gotten it at this point, I'm probably just not going to get it. But it's gorgeous, guys. And it's the Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. As you can see, I have the little bottle and I'm almost done with it, guys. This fragrance is, oh, no. It's like every time I smell it, I tell myself, oh no, I'm definitely getting the bottle. But then I'm like, I smell it. I have invite only. I have Elixir 11. They don't smell similar, but they're in the same category. When I say like it's a deep, intense fragrance, but this one also has like a bit, just a tiny bit of freshness. I feel like you get more spiciness than fresh, but there's just like a tiny bit of freshness in it too. Guys, this is, oh, this is sexy. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Like I said, all these fragrances are gorgeous. So if you don't want to hear me say that, just move to another video. But gorgeous, delicious. Actually, is it delicious? Yes, I mean, you will smell delicious when you wear it. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. I think this is the one that when they came out with, actually, it doesn't have any oud. Because I was about to say, I think this is the one that had oud in it. But this is the one that people thought had oud in it. But it actually does not have any oud in it. It does smell like the typical Middle Eastern fragrances, but with a twist on it. So I'm used to Middle Eastern fragrances being like smoky, incensey. Like they can be sweet, but they always have some type of edge to it. That edge is in this one. But at the same time, it maintains that like light floral. Yes, because you can definitely get the rose in this. You definitely get, it's like a spicy rose. You get that in this fragrance. It's like a mix of Middle Eastern and Western fragrance together. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but like you get what I'm trying to say. Like it's fresh, but not too fresh, because like those notes come out and then it's like hip. I don't know how to explain it. Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper is a good fragrance. I think I'll rate this one a 7 out of 10. I love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a 7 because I love it, but I don't love it enough to run out and get a full-size bottle right now. Like I have a few fragrances from them that as soon as I smelled it, I just ran to get the bottle. This one, I've had it for a while now and I haven't gotten the full-size bottle. So that's why I'm like, I like it, but can I do without it? Yes. I like having a little bit on me so I can easily spray like when I want to mix it with something else. Oh, this is also mouth watering. This is also, because I'm smelling this. The other ones have been nice, but my mouth hasn't watered. Smelling this one, mouth's actually watering, and I don't know why, but I guess I would say it's a mouth watering fragrance. It's gorgeous. I really, really like it. Will I run out and buy a bottle? No. I would tell you to sample it first before you buy it, because I can definitely say that this is one that's also not for everybody. I'm only giving this a, in fact, I'll give this a 7.5. I'm only giving this a 7.5 because as much as I really enjoyed this fragrance, I haven't been motivated to go out and get a bottle. As of yet. That could change tomorrow. But as of right now, 7.5. Now this next fragrance I'm going to talk about, guys, this one is a love for me. When I got it, I really, really liked it. In fact, I did love it. But like the more I've had it, the more in love with it I've fallen. Does that make sense? I've fallen more and more in love with it. It's Love Fest Burning Cherry, guys. This is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. I love it. I think I went through a period where I was doing a lot of cherry fragrances. Like I was obsessed with cherry. I still am. But I feel like now I'm more on like fresh, fruity fragrances. But before, for the longest time, I was only doing like cherry fragrances. Most of the fragrances I had were like just cherry, 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 cherry. This is gorgeous. This is a sweet, sweet, deep, woody cherry fragrance. It's delicious. Now, this is one that I would say is mouth watering. This is stunning. This is stunning. It is intense, but it's not too intense. I absolutely, oh, I think this is gorgeous. Oh, and the notes are on here. You have the burning cherry, raspberry, praline, palo santo, gaiac wood, and patchouli. I don't really get the patchouli from this one. I think I get more of that cherry. I get the raspberry because it's fruity. It's so sweet, but not sickening sweet. I get the praline as well, and then I definitely get the woody notes. I'm not sure if it's the gaiac wood or palo santo I'm smelling, but I definitely get the woodiness in this fragrance. This one, guys, is actually a 10 over 10 for me. When I first got it, I think I would have said, oh, this was an 8 over 10 or something. I'm not sure why I would have rated it, because I remember I liked this fragrance, but I didn't love it. Like, I loved it, but there was just something I felt like I had better. Right now, this is a very good cherry fragrance. I do see the similarities to Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but I don't think they smell, I don't think they're like dupes or anything like that. Like, you can have this one and still have Tom Ford Lost Cherry. This is gorgeous. Like I said, if you're not a cherry fragrance lover, you have to be in the mood to wear this fragrance, because I would say, oh, it's not your typical everyday fragrance. But if you're that kind of person where you don't mind smelling like a bowl of cherry that's like been soaked in like just a tad bit boozy, if you're not that kind of person, you won't like this. But if you're that kind of person, this is up your alley. If you like cherry fragrances, this is one that I'll actually definitely say put your nose on. All right, guys, so this next fragrance, honestly, this one deserves a round of applause. A round of applause, because KAYALI did magic with this fragrance. They did magic with this fragrance. I'm not gonna lie. When it first came out, I was a hater, in the sense that, actually, no, when it first came out, I was excited. I was excited that they were coming out with like an intense version of Vanilla 28. However, when I started to see the reviews and how people said, oh, it didn't smell like it, blah, 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 I kind of got like anxious. And then when I got my bottle, at first I was like, I feel like maybe because of that expectation that I was like, oh, it's Vanilla 28, Vanilla 28. I was like, this is not Vanilla 28. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I thought about when I thought about like an intense version of Vanilla 28. Guys, I am glad, because this one, I feel like it's its own fragrance. I don't necessarily see this as an intense version of that. I feel like this one is its own fragrance, guys. Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. Amazing. Like, I'm almost out of this bottle. I'm so upset that I got the 50 ml. When this one finishes, I definitely will be getting the 100 ml. This one, the ranking is 100 over 10. Honestly, this is one, this is in the top 5 of my KAYALI fragrances. Top 5, in fact, top 3. Honestly, is the top 3. Because this is such a stunning, when I say stunning, notice me fragrance, that's what this is. They will notice you. They will smell you. You're going to walk by and people are going to be like, oh my God, like, what do you have on? That's the reaction I get when I wear this every single time. And I love this fragrance on its own. I love to layer with other fragrances. For example, today I have it layered with Grand Soir, and when I tell you that I smell out of this world, the fact that I'm sitting here is a miracle, because I feel like I smell out of this world, okay? Like, I smell delicious. I smell expensive. I smell luxurious. I smell like you can't talk to me anyhow. I look at you, but like, I smell like a bag of money. I've taken this fragrance with me on a couple vacations that I've been on, and it's the same reaction. Hot weather, cold weather, it just smells insanely good. You smell expensive when you wear this fragrance, guys. It is so good. Vanilla Royale, sugar patchouli. Oh, like, you get the vanilla, you get the sugar patchouli, you get the rum, you get the creme brulee, like, the brown sugar. That's okay. So I'm just gonna read the notes. It says vanilla, Syrah, don't know how to say that, but vanilla, golden rum, creme brulee, brown sugar, royal oud, sugar patchouli, and I feel like it has a lot more, but that's just the ones that they wrote at the back. Guys, you need to have it. But I will say, even if you're that kind of person that you don't like heavy, loud fragrances, this doesn't dry down heavy or loud. This dries down. In the dry down of this, that's when you see the similarities to Vanilla 28. When this one, when you first spray it, you definitely get like this vinaigrette. Like, there's a sharp note in there, like almost balsamic, and I feel like that's probably from like the mix of the rum and the patchouli. I'm not sure what's causing that. I'm not an expert, but like, that's what you kind of get in the opening. But that doesn't stay long. That just stays for like a few minutes, and then it starts to dry down into like the most beautiful thing you've ever smelled. I get amber from it, like, or maybe it's today that maybe because I have Grand Soir and everything is mixed in amber. But guys, and I'm telling you, that's a fire combination right there. Grand Soir and this one, Grand Soir from MFK, and chef's kiss. Like I said, I smell out of this world. But guys, this is 100/10. Let me not ramble on too much. Vanilla Royale, because I am partial to this fragrance, it's one that I would say, yes, you definitely need in your collection. I would say get the travel size though first, or go in the store and smell it and give it a chance. Like, spray it on your skin and give it a chance, because the opening might be off-putting to some people. Like, when I first got it, that balsamic note in the top was like, whoo, it was a lot. Like, I loved it, but it was a lot. But I've gotten used to it now. Like, I wear this almost every day. I'm stopping myself because, like I said, I'm almost out. I don't know if you guys see it, but like, I'm here. I'm almost out of this perfume. It's just so good. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about, guys, this one I have been obsessed with for the longest time. So you see how I say like Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper? I had the little sample, but I never went out to buy the bottle. This one, I had a little sample courtesy of Jasmine. She sent me a sample and I absolutely fell in love. No, actually, the first time I smelled it was in Sephora. I smelled it and I was like, oh my God, why do people say this was like a Bath and Body Works, blah, blah, blah? I was like, no, maybe it's just my skin, but like, this fragrance on my skin, it was made for me. This is 100/10. It was made for me. I don't care what anybody else says. This fragrance was made for Jessica. Okay? And it is Eden Juicy Apple. Guys, now this right here, you see how I say I've been into like fruity fragrances recently, like a burst of fruits and fresh. This is the kind of fragrance that I'm into right now, guys. It's so refreshing. It's so juicy. It's so mouth-watering. It's so intoxicating. This is part of my top 3 as well in Kayali, guys. This is a stunning fragrance. On my skin, it does not pull juvenile in any way whatsoever. I know how they said it's supposed to be like a juicy, fruity, fun, flirty fragrance. No, on me, this is sexy. On me, this is just like, you just want to, I smell like a snack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even I smell myself and I'm like, oh my God, like, Jessica, you know, that kind of reaction. This smells really, really good. I absolutely love it. I love to wear it on its own, and I also love to pair it with other fragrances, guys. This is stunning, and it's extra special because I got this as a birthday gift from my sister. Shout out to her. It just makes it extra special. Like, this is in my top 3. I love Mona, I love the whole team at KAYALI for creating this fragrance. They didn't send me any of these fragrances. I'm not yet on their PR list. Hey, if you guys see it, psh, you can send to me. But no, I bought everything, and I'm telling you that this one is one of the ones that I would say is a must-have. Honestly, it's fruity, it's juicy, it's like you just, you know how apples are like hard, but then it's like, imagine holding an apple in your hand and then you just, and then it bursts like grapes. But you know you can't do that to an apple. But I'm just like, just imagine it in your head. That's what I get in this fragrance. Like when people describe it as fun, flirty, you would think, oh, it's juvenile, oh, it's Bath and Body Works. No, in my opinion, it's not. This is grown to me. It might have similarities to like some of the Bath and Body Works stuff that they might have, but this smells very grown. On me, this is grown and sexy. It's not like intense. It's not like intoxicating in that deep, dark, alluring way. No, but this is like, you're grown, you're sexy, you're like, I don't know how to, it just makes you want to dance. Hey, that's it, makes you want to dance. I absolutely love this fragrance. If you have the chance to smell it, I would highly recommend this one. All right, this next one, guys, this one I feel like it came out, I can't remember if this came out earlier this year or last year, but I did not get it because I feel like this fragrance came out at that period where I said I was not buying any fragrance. I just wasn't into fragrances at that point. Like I took a whole break from it. But when I tell you, and I always wondered what it smelled like. Oh, another reason why I didn't even think about wanting to even go in the store and try this fragrance was hazelnut. I don't like hazelnut for whatever reason. Like you guys see that candle over there? Matcha Business from Forever Mood. I've had that candle for the longest time and I burned it, but I still haven't finished it because I don't like hazelnut. And that one is a very strong it has a very strong hazelnut note in my opinion. So when people were like, oh, they got the hazelnut from this, pistachio, blah, 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 that hazelnut threw me off because I was like, I don't like hazelnut. And a lot of people are saying that they smell that. I don't want a perfume that smells like that because it's just not something that I enjoy. But I recently went on a cruise and my sister was on that cruise and she had this fragrance. And I was like, oh, I guess I might as well just try it. When I tell you that this smelled nothing like I expected, and everything that it sounded like it would be. Let that, did you guys get that? It smelled nothing like I expected, yet everything like it said it would be. It's yummy. It's such a yummy fragrance. It's very cool. Like the whole ice cream concept, I don't know how they did it, guys. Like you see this frosted bottle, like you see how it just looks very like cool, very like you drink water, calm down, you know, that kind of thing. Like, and it's sweet. The juice smells like the way it looks, guys. This is really good. Honestly, I'm telling you, I smelled this from my sister and I wore it almost every day that we were on that cruise. My sister was like, well, I went there with a lot of perfumes, but I wore this one a lot. I mean, I wore the rest of my fragrances too, but I always added this one, like especially when we're just going to like the poolside to just go relax or just going out in the sun. Guys, I wore this fragrance. This does extremely well in the hot weather. This is it's a stunning, sweet, but not nauseating fragrance, guys. I don't know how they did it, but it definitely smells like you're eating ice cream. Like there's that cooling effect or that coolness. You get it when you spray this fragrance. I'm gonna spray it because it just is so good. Oh, it's nothing like I expected, guys. This one is a solid 9 over 10. I'm gonna give this a 9 over 10. The reason being is that it doesn't last as long on me as I would want it to, but that's fine because this is a fragrance that I don't even mind reapplying, especially the opening. I'm obsessed with the opening of this fragrance. It's so good. It's tantalizing. You know, I'm trying to think of a word to describe it, but the best word is that it is very tantalizing. Okay, like it is very yummy. The name is perfect. The bottle is perfect. Although I'm very partial to KAYALI clear bottles because I love the clear bottles, I love the bottle. From pictures and everything, I thought that, oh, it looked like a very playful bottle, but like in person, it's a stunning bottle. Like I feel like the pictures don't do this bottle justice. It is gorgeous. Even the way it feels. I love this fragrance. This is one that I really like. Like I said, other than the issue of longevity on my skin where it doesn't last as long as I would want it to, stunning. I feel like if this one finishes, I probably will get the 100 ml because, and it's one that I will mostly wear spring, summer. This is not even spring. Honestly, I feel like for those hot days, you see how you crave like ice cream or like all them gelatos or like the yogurt, like I feel like the same way you crave that on a hot day is how you crave this fragrance because it gives you that effect, especially in that opening. So the notes say pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy. I get the cotton candy, I get the rum, I get the whipped cream and the marshmallow. Those are the notes that stick out more to me. Delicious. It's a delicious, delicious fragrance, guys. Is it one that I would say you need to have? Honestly, yes. For like the girlies who don't like, because this wears really close to skin. So for the girlies who don't like loud fragrances, for the girlies who like something soft and like sweet, you would really enjoy the last two fragrances that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about them together because it is the wedding collection. This is the fragrance from KAYALI that literally just came out a couple days ago. Today is Sunday and I think they came out on Thursday or Friday. Can't remember. But basically these are the fragrances that Mona and her husband Hassan had created to represent, like, you know, like their whole wedding and represent love and happiness and all of that. That's gorgeous. That's an absolutely stunning concept. I'm glad. I'm not really sure. I know other people who've done it. Like I know couples who have come out with fragrances, but they usually come out with one. But this is an actual like his and hers, and the fragrances were created to be worn together, which is so cute. Like that's real cute. Let's not lie. That's really, really cute. Anyway, now moving on to the actual scent. Well, the bottles are gorgeous. First of all, look at that. I'm liking this whole frosted bottle concept. Like even the packaging for this one, it's like their regular packaging, but it's velvet. I'm not seeing a lot of people say that, but it's a velvet. I really like that velvet packaging. Like I thought that was pretty cool. And I was like, all right, it kind of gives you like an idea of what the fragrance would smell like. It's real smooth and like, you know. Anyhow, guys, let me start with the Wedding Silk Santal. This is the one that represents the her. This one is very, very pretty. I have not had these for a long time. Like I said, I just got them on, actually just got them yesterday. Now that I think about it, I got them yesterday. So this two are like first impression, first impression. This one, my first impression rating is a 7.5 over 10. A 7.5 over 10. I like it. It's very soft. It's very pretty. It's not too in your face. The best way I can describe this fragrance to you is that it is a mix of Deja Vu White Flower and Vanilla 28. That's what I get from this fragrance. The opening is like Deja Vu White Flower, but not as sparkly, not as bright as that one. And the dry down is beautiful. The dry down is definitely giving me white flower mixed with vanilla, because it's not giving me straight vanilla 28. It's giving me more of white flower and then a dash of 28 in there. Like, you know what I mean? I like it. If I had smelled this in the store before buying it, would I buy it? Probably not. If I smelled both of them and I had to pick one, I would not pick this one. Let's just say that. Although I really like it. Like I said, I have it in my collection. I'm definitely going to wear it. It's not a failed blind buy. It's not like, oh my god, I have it and I don't like it. No, I actually think this is very, very pretty. And especially because, remember how they said both fragrances are supposed to be worn together? My first impression on this one is a 7.5 as of right now. If you're like all them feminine floral girlies, this is definitely up your alley, because you do still get that vanilla in here. The vanilla, in my opinion, is kind of strong. Like, it's not a strong vanilla, but it's there. It's a prominent note in here. The three notes that stand out: sugar, vanilla, nectarine. It's gorgeous. I said it in my Instagram post. It reminds me of the color orange. It really, really does. It's very, I don't want to necessarily say it's very bright, but it's very uplifting. It's a sophisticated, but not too sophisticated scent. Like, I just like it. I really, really enjoy it. But like I said, I think if I was to compare Deja Vu White Flower, I would pick that one in a heartbeat over this one. This one I feel like is a creamier version of that one mixed with a little bit of Vanilla 28. Now this one, guys, Stunning bottle. I love it. I love the black. The black here is like that frosted black. It's different from the black you have on Elixir, guys. This one, when I first sprayed it, I was like, oh, this might not be for me. But let me tell you, that quickly changed, okay? This is a love. This one is a solid 10 over 10 for me. The dry down of this fragrance is insane. Like, I know this is supposed to be the his, but whew, if a man smelled like this, even just me smelling like this, like I said it, I want to be drenched, like just cover me, bathe me in this fragrance. That dry down is exquisite. I absolutely love the dry down of this. You definitely get like, I get the cedar wood in this fragrance. I get, it's sexy. This is like smooth. It's sexy. It's like grown. I like it. It's completely different from the Silk Santal. But then I get that because that's supposed to be the hers. This is the his. But I prefer the his, guys. This is gorgeous. When you layer them together, they smell beautiful. So that's also another reason why I'm not mad that I have that one, because I feel like if I was going to wear that fragrance, I would definitely be layering it with this one, or I'll layer it with like Deja Vu White Flower just to give me a little bit more. But guys, this one, I can wear this one on its, well, I can wear it on its own. The opening, although I say it's a 10 over 10, I'm not in love with the opening. I like the opening, but you see that dry down, it's still a 10 over 10. Like, I know how, like, oh, I don't like the opening, so it will bring my rating down. Like, that's what you would think that I would say, but no, like, that's how much I'm obsessed with the dry down of this fragrance. I feel like it is absolutely gorgeous. It is sexy. It is, I don't mind my groom smelling like this. Like, when I get married, if my husband wants to wear this, please go ahead. I'll wear it too. Well, no, I'm probably going to do Jets of Fluidity Go, because that's, I don't know, that's just me. In my head, that's my wedding scent. But anyhow, this, stunning. Definitely a 10 over 10 in my books. I feel like you have to, oh, ooh, you get the tea note. I get the, I feel like, is there moss in this? I don't know, but I get that. I get all the notes. Like, I get the jasmine. It's sweet from that jasmine, yes. I get the tea. I get the musk. I get the cedar wood. I feel like there's something in here. Maybe it's that benz. I don't want to say I get amber, but there's, I don't know what I get from this. There's something in this that I really, really enjoy that I get in Grand Soir. They smell nothing alike. Please listen, they smell nothing alike, but there is something in this fragrance that I really enjoy that I get from that one. I don't know what it is, but this one is very creamy. That dry down is like creamy, smooth, sexy. I love it. This one is a 10 over 10. The other one, Silk Santal, is a 7.5 over 10, but I feel like, who knows, that might grow. That's just first impression. But my first impression of this one, 10 over 10. Absolutely stunning. If you can get your nose on them, definitely get your nose on them. I feel like this one might be a safer blind buy, because if you like soft, pretty, dainty fragrances, if you like Deja Vu White Flower, you like Vanilla 28, you probably like this one. I don't know if you would love it, but you would definitely probably like this one. This one, if you like sexy fragrances, that's all I can say. If you like sexy fragrances, if you like Gris Charnel, you might like this. They don't smell alike, but if you like Gris Charnel, if you like Grand Soir, like fragrances like that where it's like, it's unisex, it leans just a tad bit masculine, I feel like you'll get this. Although I don't think this leans like that much masculine. I feel like this is perfectly unisex in my opinion. The opening, yes, I would say leans a bit more masculine, but you see that dry down? It occurred me to go where I don't know. Okay, anyhow guys, that brings us to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, you're the real MVP. Let me know what you think about these fragrances. Let me know if you are also a KAYALI fragrance lover like me. Which ones do you have in your collection? Which ones do you enjoy? Which ones do you not like that much? I absolutely love every single one of them, irregardless of whatever rating that I gave them. I love every single one of them, and I wear every single one of them. Especially those last two, I'm about to be using them up, okay? But like I said, let me know what you guys think about these fragrances. If you've gotten the new ones, let me know your thoughts on them as well. I would really appreciate it. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my video or any of my other content. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.